You are watching Area DMG.
It's really annoying, and I would have to listen to that throughout the entire panel. Attack on Titan! Hi! That was really, really weak. If I'm going to have a lot of energy, you guys are going to have a lot of energy. So, Attack on Titan, yay! So much better. Okay, so here's the deal. And this is really low now. God darn it. How about that? Nope. No. Maybe. Okay, it's a little better. Whatever, we're just gonna deal with it. Anyway, so here's the deal. Ian has only seen season 1. He hasn't, wait, no, I think, yes. I think he's either seen the majority of season 1, but he has not seen season 2. And here's the thing, there's a story. Ian will be coming, but he'll be coming late, and because y'all suck at not giving out spoilers. You do. Because, actually, you know what? No, never mind. So here's the thing. Ian and I had a panel a couple years ago at a con. It was a Titan panel. And it was probably the same year that season 1 came out, right? Well, Ian sat down, and in the very, very beginning of the panel, he said, okay, I have not seen the entire show. I haven't seen the show, all of it. Please don't spoil anything for me. Please don't. And then probably we had one question, then the next question was, hey, so how did it feel when you found out she was the female Titan? And he's like, and that was, to be fair, not a very nice move. So poor Ian tries to avoid spoilers like the plague. And because y'all suck at keeping spoilers to yourself, you look adorable. Thank you. It's horrible. Can you show everybody your Kiki, please? That's adorable. Oh, we had drinks with these guys last night. This was the Sailor Douche. Was anybody at the 18 plus panel? Yeah, he was the Sailor Douche. Anyway, so that was his name for him, not me. He chose that name. He chose that name. No, so Ian tries to avoid spoilers. This Brooke cosplayer's like, I came here for Ian. Well, too bad. He ain't here. Sorry, it's just me. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay, just making sure. Anyway, so I don't know what time Ian's gonna come in. I honestly have no idea. I think it's about halfway through. I have no idea. So, with that being said, let's get all the spoiler questions out of the way. Can we do that? Yeah. Yes? Okay, now who has not seen Attack on Titan?
Why are you here?
Why?
Drive the little one here.
I was gonna say she's a little one, so.
I'm not allowed to watch it.
Oh, how old are you?
I'm only 11.
Oh my gosh, you're a baby!
I mean, cover your
I'm
ears!
sorry, I know you don't like to hear that, but you are a baby. I'm sorry. I mean, it depends on the parent, but I mean, you're getting to the age where you can definitely watch it, though, where it is appropriate for your age. It's like, you can just think of it as big, happy giants that go around giving people a big old hug.
With their mouth.
With their mouths instead. It's just, it's a big old kiss, exactly. Just a big old kiss.
Toothy kiss.
That involves chewing. It's,
Wait, they aren't supposed to?
Yeah,
crap.
I just, that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. And there's no blood. There's no gore. There's no death. There's no death in it whatsoever. It's a happy-go-lucky show. It's one of the happiest shows in anime. So that's all you need to know, honey. That's all you need to know. Anyway, so what we will do is I will take questions. We will take questions about season 1 and season 2. What we will not take questions on is the manga, because I have not read the manga.
You should.
And so, you came in at a really bad time, man. We haven't even got over the spoilers yet.
Can we do fake spoilers? Can we do fake spoilers?
Wait, so Ian, I told them the story though. The story about the panel that we were on, and I told them the story about the panel we were on a couple years ago, and how you said, please don't spoil anything. I had not seen the show. And then a couple questions later, someone said, hey, how do you feel about this person being this person? Poor Ian. Poor Ian just got up and left. So,
I was just like, no!
no, we ain't gonna have any of this. And I felt really bad. I felt really, really bad. Hold on, this is yours, babe. I don't think it's on.
You guys hear it?
A little bit.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it is.
Give me more juice. That's all the juice we got.
There's the mixer on the bottom.
Anybody a sound tech?
We had a sound tech, and then the poor guy spent like
There's a
10
mixer
minutes.
under the table.
I'm
Behind
answering
the
questions.
dusters
I'm just
there.
here for fun.
Okay.
I think it's good enough.
Yeah.
So Ian's just here for fun. Now I just want to. Ooh, why did that get louder all of a sudden?
Because I turned a knob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, ooh,
Too loud.
that's a lot of juice.
How y'all doing?
So we have someone in the audience that's never seen it, but that's
Yeah?
that's because she's not allowed to watch it.
No, I get that. How old are you? Like,
I'm only 11.
oh, yeah. No, like, live a joyous life before you commit to I love this show, but, like, no happiness for a little while.
No, I was just telling her it's just about big giants running
No.
around and like hugging people and
Don't lie to her!
all these people agree with me.
Don't get tied to any. Don't make friends when you like. You're gonna go in. You're gonna be like, "Oh, random person," or "Hi, Aaron's mom. You're my friend." I'm shooting for episode 1, so I'm not spoiling anything.
She just got a big kiss, that's all.
Don't do that to the kids. They have to know. If you're eaten by a giant monster, you die, and you need to know that. It's not a kiss like this guy said.
It's such, but they're so happy most of the time. I mean, the one in the first.
Ooh, it's happy being eaten.
The Titans are happy.
The Titans are kind of
Titans
happy.
are happy most of the time. That's a nightmare.
They're all running and dancing.
So how are we gonna do this? Because I don't want to spoil anything for you. How did your meet and greet go?
It's great.
Was it good? Who went to Ian's meet and greet?
None of
Wow.
the people in here. This place, by the time I got here, my handler couldn't come into this room because we're at fire marshal capacity.
For what? This
With
panel?
this many lovely people, yeah.
Oh, no
Yeah.
kidding! Oh, I love you guys.
So nobody who was doing anything but being in line for this is here. Thank you for being. I cannot do this. Oh, thank you for waiting and coming and seeing the. Hi there, hand that's filming. How you doing? How you doing?
Ooh, give everybody your lecture, Ian. Your lecture.
Oh, y'all really need to be investing in like a Roth or like that lecture.
No, the phone lecture.
What lecture?
The lecture.
You tell me the lecture. You do it.
They're saying no
So y'all know.
So,
I was originally supposed to have a nice little solo panel, and Lauren Landa's like, let's do a Titan panel. So I'm gonna be screwing
That
with
is so
Lauren
not
Landa the entire panel. In fact, for the back half, it's gonna be real fun. But for right now, no, just field questions.
Bring
I'm
it
just
on,
here to help.
Sinclair.
I'm just here to help.
bring it
I'm
on.
not doing anything. All right.
Bring it on.
All right. All right.
Hey, look at that fantastic Brooke cosplayer. Did you see the
Oh,
Brooke
I know. How
cosplayer?
you doing? Oh, we've talked.
Is it working? Is the distraction working? Probably.
No. But I'm ADD. I will talk to any of y'all about anything. If you want to talk about anything, we can do that. I don't care.
I'm the same way. We could totes talk about anything. I mean,
Okay. Free's fun.
I haven't seen Free. I said to Ian, I was like, hey, is that a dandy jacket? Because every time I've seen him, he's worn a dandy jacket. jacket.
I
So
love your face, like, how dare you say that's a Danny jacket? Thank you.
I have not seen a show that is targeted for 17-year-old hormonal girls and gay guys. I am sorry. I'm sorry, but it's true.
You must not watch anime. That's like half the shows. Every once in a while we get something that's for angry people or for people that need Jesus. Like,
Who do you play in free?
who do I play in free? I play Sasuke. I play the one who doesn't give a crap about everybody else's drama, because why would I? They're all a bunch of whiny people that need to be training, and I don't know why they're not. And that's my guy.
So I'm trying to think of, okay, so if we have questions, that's fine. However, again, as I mentioned to them, you've seen season 1.
Yes.
Okay, you've seen season 1.
The entire
You have not seen season 2.
In my defense about season 2, I don't watch it unless I'm going to watch the dub because I want to watch my friends. I know,
I watch it either way.
Thank you for doing that. And this is just a kind of a personal thing because I know I'm going to watch it with my friends regardless. Josh Greeley is like my best friend, so I kind of right. He is like one of the most talented people who has ever done dubs.
Really is, and that reminds me of that story that you got to tell about when you
What
jumped.
stories do you think I have?
When you jumped off the couch. When you jumped off the couch with the Armin scream.
Did I jump off the couch? I don't remember things. I like whiskey.
It scared you. Oh my goodness.
Okay, yeah, no, the Armin scream. Oh no,
All right, I'll tell the story.
It makes me laugh every time I do it.
When we were still, so we had just finished Titan, and I was watching Titan. I think I was staying at your place. Yes, I was staying at Ian's place, and Josh came over, and it had just gone on Toonami, I believe. So we were watching the first couple episodes. And it finally got to the point where, Armin does the scream. You guys know what scream I'm talking about, right? Santa Claus Titan. And so we all know that at that point, Aaron's like in the mouth of the Titan, and he reaches out, and all that's left is his arm.
No, just earmuffs throughout this entire panel.
It's all good. So all that's left is his arm, and Ian's just like, no. Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
He just turns around from the TV, and he starts walking back to his couch, and he's just all sulking, his head like looking down and all that. Then all of a sudden you hear the Armin scream.
Oh, that did happen, yeah.
That did happen, yeah.
Yeah, I remember this now.
And when the Armin scream came, Ian jumped like 3 feet in the air onto his couch, and he was like, ah!
Yeah, Nile Dok. I love being in this show. I really do, and I love Nile Dok. He's nobody loves Nile Dok. I love being Nile. It's nice to be Nile.
He's kind of
But because of the way that simuldubs work and the way that we were doing that, I can't watch ahead. I can't. The earliest opportunity I get to see it would be on Toonami at like whatever time of night that was. And I assure you, by that time, I've been watching Dragon Ball Super and Kai, and then probably started drinking at that time. I'm 33, I get to do that. And so I just haven't. I missed an episode or 2 of the 2nd season, and I just went, nope, not until I can binge it. It's a great show. It's so much fun to watch the humanity and these moments of trying to hold it together while all your friends are snacks, Like, it's a great show, but man,
pretty intense, yeah.
it's really intense. It's not one of those things. It's like, we got half an hour before dinner. What do you want to watch? Especially before dinner.
What would be that? What would be good for that?
What would be good for a show right before dinner? Toriko? Claymore?
Shokugeki no Soma.
I like all you guys are like, the ones with all the death.
You have an
Boku no Pico.
Dandy! Shin-chan! Or, I didn't hear whatever the other
Shin-chan.
Shin-chan.
They talk about farts. Who wants to talk about farts before they eat?
My people. By the way, on this Anime Unlocked app, I don't know if you guys have heard all the other actors like harping on getting on this like streaming app. I've gotten multiple of them to say the words duty and poop and fart. Because they're like, oh hey, in the live screen, hey, Ian. Fine, duty. You happy now?
That's because they know that if they don't say it, Ian's gonna bug them until
I'm gonna keep saying the word duty until they say something.
It's true.
Well, the last 15 minutes of this I totally reserve, so we can't take questions until then. We can.
Okay, the last 15 minutes are all yours, Ian. That's okay. Who has a question? Oh, that was quick. Yes, Erin. Remember, no season 2 questions as of right now.
Yes.
We just got finished talking about.
If you ask me season 2 stuff, I will lie. Because I don't know. So in fact, go ahead. Ask me season 2
But we don't want to
stuff.
spoil anything.
I won't give you real answers, though. What did Aaron do? He got on that damn spaceship. I don't know.
No.
Go for it.
Honey, that comes in season 3.
Season 3 is the spaceship.
Yes.
Season 2 is the water park, right?
Yes.
There's always a water park.
Always.
No, seriously, to the point where we do any show, we hit that OVA and we all go, water park, huh? There's always a water park.
It's so true. There's
there
a
one?
water park in Fairy Tale.
Is there a Titan one yet? No, I mean that. Like,
Yeah, I know you mean it.
is
It's
there?
true.
There's not a water park.
Yeah,
in
there's
this.
right down the Titan Park.
You're serious? No, okay, screw with me. Like for a minute.
There's a reason why he's called Sailor Douche.
Who's Sailor Douche?
He's Sailor Douche.
All right, cool.
That's his name. That's his cosplay name, and it's beautiful. Everybody thought, wow, that's mean. Why are you calling him a douche? I'm like, no, that was his name.
It's like a great time all weekend just being, I'm a douche.
I'm allowed to teach kids, so.
All the better. Cool, go ahead, what's your question?
So I guess this is for season 1 then. What was the most shocking event of season 1 for you guys?
When I first watched the show, I think it was when Aaron dies for the first time.
Yeah. Because you have no idea.
You have no idea. You don't expect the main character to be killed off.
Right.
You don't expect that.
Because that's what all we've been hearing around the office is like, oh yeah, Bryce, he's the lead. He's in the
exactly.
like, cool. But he's dead after like 3 episodes? Is that the lead then? Maybe it's Armin.
Well, here's a funny story. Bryce actually not fibbed, but omitted to his beautiful and lovely wife. He said, so they were watching it on Toonami, and she was like, wait, your character dies?
Yeah, babe, yeah.
But you're the lead character.
I know. Mm-hmm.
So, but you went back to Dallas to record.
I did.
But for what then?
My dad.
Yeah, oh. Okay, and then he kept saying that he had like flashbacks and everything. Like Aaron appeared in flashbacks and all that, and she's like, oh, okay, right? Flashbacks. So
It's valid.
it is very valid. Anime. So to her surprise, when Aaron shows up again, she was like, oh, that's a weird looking Titan, and Bryce just was laughing the entire time. Let me tell you, Bryce is one of the sweetest guys you will ever meet. He is so mischievous, it's not even funny. Oh, it's so funny.
And he could beat up like half of us.
He could kill us all.
By himself. And I'm only saying half because if like all of us at once went for him, we could maybe stand a chance for a minute. There are videos of that dude fighting online. It's awesome.
He knocks a guy out in less than like 9 seconds. It's crazy. He is, whew.
Yeah.
But he's the nicest
But
guy
the
in the
sweetest
world.
guy ever.
The nicest guy in the world. Just, I don't think anyone could truly make him mad.
I want to see him and Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny and Bosch and Bryce. That dude, for charity, I would give a lot of money to watch that as a charity.
Me too.
Oh.
That would be awesome.
Johnny Bosch, man, that dude.
What is he trained in? Some sort of
In
martial arts.
Morphin.
And
No, that dude's amazing. And like, I was at one con and, because this is about Titan. Sorry. I was at one con and at the opening ceremony, it was like around Halloween. So one actor comes out and he goes, hey, candy for all of you. And he threw this candy. And you'll be Bryce's baby, and sorry, Johnny's baby, this like, Reese's comes at his baby's head, and he just goes, whap! And then he starts to get up, and his wife's like, no, and he's like, no, no. And she's like, it's opening ceremonies, and he just... Because Johnny is the nicest guy, but do not mess with his family. It's awesome. I want to be that dad one day.
You will be that dad someday.
One day.
One day. You'll be the cool dad. You'll be the dad that tells all the dad jokes.
No, I'm not going to be the cool dad. I'm the weird one with the
That's what I mean. You're going to tell the dad jokes. The dad jokes, like, what does a nosy pepper do? It's jalapeno business. So yeah, the most shocking would probably be, this is the problem, when Ian and I are on panels together, we just ramble.
I'm ADD, get on the ride.
I know.
I'm with you, brother.
Aaron's death probably, and then when the female Titan comes in for the first time, that was pretty surprising to me. I was like, oh my god, there's a female Titan?
Yes, I'd come.
There's no... Get out.
Okay.
No, Ian, come back. Come back. Ian, don't be a butt.
You gotta commit, you know?
He's an actor, he's got to commit. Actually, there's another this whole panel could be filled with like funny stories. So funny story about that. It was my first show with Funimation, Attack on Titan, and that's very special for me. So it's a very special memory because I got to meet all these fantastic people. Yeah, sparkles. So when I found out I was cast as Annie, Mike McFarlane, the voice director, and also the voice of John Kirstein, he calls me and he says, hey, so we've decided that we want, I don't know who he is, but it doesn't matter. He's like, hey, so you're cast as Annie. And I said, cool. I had never seen the show at this point. So I didn't know anything about it, and I'm just like, oh, that's awesome, Mike, sweet. He's just, at the shot, I think the surprise of my not screaming over the phone reaction, he was like, have you seen the show? And I said, no, I haven't seen it. He's like, okay, so here's the thing about Annie. And I said, okay. He said, she starts off as a side character. And I said, okay. He's like, but she gets bigger later. Now here's the thing. That pun didn't hit me. I didn't get that pun until a freaking year later. Now everyone around me, however, completely different story. Every time I saw Patrick Seitz, he'd be like... Every time I would say it to Josh, every time I would say it to everybody, oh my God, Tatum was the worst. Tatum was the worst. And so, when I first started recording it, I went to watch it. I went home and watched it. After the first episode, of course, I was hooked. I was really scared about what was going to happen because the main character's mother is horribly slaughtered in the first episode. Doesn't matter. This is happy talk, honey. This is happy talk. Don't worry, it's happy talk. Happy talk. Happy
Things that
talk.
happens in that show is terrible.
It's Game of Thrones, but for anime. It's true. I mean, but except there's no.
Game of Thrones or Walking Dead?
No, it's Game of Thrones meets what?
Oh, you know what? Let's vote. Is it more Walking Dead? Raise your hand.
Game of Thrones.
Ooh, that's split.
It's a tie.
Those are guns. That's the burlesque dancer.
That's a burlesque dancer.
How you doing, man?
He's my boo. He's my boo. How you doing, boo? Oh. He was Gaston. He was Gaston today, you guys. He stripped as Gaston. That was pretty amazing. And y'all missed it. He's doing a pose. And you're all missing it. Wait, he's doing it with the Necco ears. Do it again, babe.
Captain America arms back there,
I
dude.
know. Damn.
Hi, hand.
Wait.
You have a question? Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay, so that's for Attack on Titan. What do you think of the soundtrack of Attack on Titan?
That's a very good question. I love it. My personal favorite is the first opening theme. I love the second opening theme as well, but the first one is just so epic, it gets me like super pumped. And the longer version actually has like legit German in it. So it's really cool. It's really cool. This is the only thing I'll say about the second season, the only thing. The opening theme is not bad. It's not as epic though. I don't think it's as epic as the original.
It's a jazz odyssey.
And
Second season.
the closing theme is just creepy. It's just creepy to me. So I love the soundtrack though. The soundtrack, the music is beautiful. The score is beautiful. It's epic, especially in the battle scenes. So, what you think, Ian?
They're real good at making you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
No, it does does a great job.
You're making me nervous. Can you sit down?
I know. I know what I'm doing. I think the show, it's really good at kind of like in the moments that you want to feel triumphant, and it's like your whole crew is going out there. Here goes the squad. It's really good and epic for that, but it's also great for the moments then where it's just people talking about how they're all going to die, and man, the music just helps you feel like you're going to die too. And I mean that in the best way. Now, the other hand, what's that?
I don't know, because you're behind me. Yes.
I'm not raising my hand.
I know, you said on the other hand. I thought you said on the other hand.
Oh no, the other hand.
Yes, hello.
How did you guys feel about the outcome of Levi's squad?
That is season 1.
They certainly were petrified.
I'm not following that. Next question.
It was awful. Oh my god, it was terrible.
Who's your favorite character?
I love Matt Mercer, so I'm just going to go with Levi.
That's what everybody says. Levi, yes, Levi's pretty awesome. Honestly, one of my favorite characters is Jean. Because he has a huge character like growth throughout the series. He starts off as a total douchebag.
And he ends up just kind of a douchebag.
Just kind of a douchebag. He ends up seeing like the military police and being all like, damn, those guys are lazy. What's up with that? What's up with that, Nile?
We survived, don't we? I know I got a tiny little weenie part, but man, at the end of that season, they were like, you survived. I'm like, yeah, I did. Guess who comes back season? No, he doesn't.
Guess who's back?
I'm not in season 2 at all, am I? Did I do any lines for that one?
You're gonna have to see.
I don't think I did.
Because you never know.
Then that's a no. Go ahead.
So, what was Nile Dok's reaction to seeing both Aaron and Annie in time form and Strauss?
I can't curse right now. Nile Dok crapped himself. He crapped his pants when he saw that. I don't know. It was okay. All joking aside, it is very interesting watching the reality kind of hit him of it all, because you've got your job and you know what you got to do, but then there's the but if you let them go ahead and everything that they're doing is for the better good. Oh, yeah, but it's illegal. Yeah, but better good so we don't die, bro. Yeah, but illegal. And watching him kind of see it go and go, maybe I should back off, but not be able to. It's an interesting struggle, at least for me. What do you think? Answer the question.
You're gonna hate me.
Why?
Because I'm about to compliment you.
Okay.
He hates it. Whenever people compliment him, he's always like,
I like it.
"Right,
It's
you
wonderful.
hate it when
Thank
I
you.
do it."
No, I like it.
Okay. Liar. So while you may not have had a crap ton of lines, I actually done.
Doing turkey noises at this point. I don't know.
You were amazing. There you go.
All I heard was you were amazing, and thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Don't clap for that.
Yes, clap. Yes. You forget, Ian. You don't have all the control here.
Oh, I remember that I'm not in control of the situation. That's why I'm standing in case I get a bolt out the room. And I'm under a table.
All the way in the back. All the way in the back. Yes.
Hi.
When you're taking back trust, what was Nile's thoughts on that, and how does he relate to his subordinates, especially that of Rico?
Oh, God bless you for thinking I know that. Thank you. My best way to... Screw it. Here comes honesty. Usually I don't allow people to film me, but screw it. You guys are going to see this. I don't know. I don't know his thought process. I went about it with certain shows. You kind of just have to, and certain parts you have to live an archetype, and then all of your motivation comes from your super objective. I can go into this is nerdy theater crap. And I just kind of theater people. And so, as I said, the most intricate that I got into it was his inner struggle for that. Past that, I don't know. I wish I knew better, and I wish I could tell you better, but I don't know. Thank you.
That's so sweet.
Bright red. Go ahead, pick somebody else.
Yeah, me? Why don't you pick somebody?
Okay. You seem eager. Hi.
So I'm starting to be a sound engineer, and I'm wanting to get with Funimation to work with voice actors. And I want to know how much interaction you actually have with the engineers who are recording you, or if you have any interaction at all or input in the sessions, besides what the producers do and what the directors does.
There are usually 3 people in the recording booth, at the very least. There is usually the actor, the director, and the audio engineer. So we have quite a bit of interaction with the audio engineer. They're always there, always. They're the ones that make us sound good. Yeah, they're always there.
Yeah, so director's right-hand person is 100% engineer, and we know that. As someone who's directed from Funimation, I can tell you, worth their weight in gold. You can have the best engineer, your best director and best actor in the world, and you won't get crap done if you don't have a good engineer. You can have and an engineer will also, there'll be a moment where I'll have Tatum sail on and I'll go, oh, that was amazing, that had exactly all the feelings that I had needed in it, and that was the most perfect version of it. And the engineer will be like, a bad engineer is like, oh man, that doesn't fit. An amazing engineer goes, I will make it work. And there will be lines that you get to keep and emotions that get to be conveyed purely because of the skill of that engineer. Giving respect to the engineer is something that is often taught in voice acting classes because there's a bunch of jerks who will walk and go, hey engineer, make sure that you move my blah 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 blah. And it's like, no. Don't call him engineer. There's a famous voice actor who always calls his guys engineer, and they hate him. And so if he smacks or you'll hear whatever in his vocal lines, because they're not going to clean it up because they hate him. Because he's a jerk. The engineers are super, super important. As somebody whose brother is a sound engineer, I can tell you it is a super competitive business. There are limited slots and tons of people doing it. It also don't pay very good. I give you that warning. Acting in anime also don't pay very good. Just giving that to anybody who wants. Thank you. Oh wait, I'm on camera. Thank you, Funimation. I love you and everything that you've done for me, and you are wonderful. And you pay me perfectly, and I couldn't ask for a dime more. I love you. I love you. I love you. Use me until I die. Now that being said, in general, you have to, if you're getting into this industry as an artist in any form, be it director, engineer, actor, you need to make sure that you start saving your money. Like when she said jokingly earlier, give that lecture. I genuinely give a lecture to new actors about how they need to be investing in retirement and taking all that extra money. Yeah, I got one friend who was like, dude, I got a lead in a thing. I'm like, cool, you gonna pay down all that student debt you got? He's like, no, there's this lightsaber, bro. And he still doesn't have his student debt paid off. And so when he then goes through 3 months of not being cast, because that is what it is like to be an anime voice actor, I believe, to give you a perspective, 2 or 3 weeks in the last 3 months, I got $0 in my paycheck because I just wasn't in something. That's how it goes. And I'm cast a lot, and I'm in a few things, but that's just how it goes. You have to save. Whatever you do, you look young at least, start saving now. It's the best thing you can do as an artist because you will go through so many periods of not having any money. And if you have saved, you'll be like, I'm gonna be okay. I might eat ramen, but my bills are still going to be paid, and that is the most important thing.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to connect. You know, I know you asked about audio engineering, but being an actor, being in the acting community, being an actor, performer in the entertainment industry, it is all very competitive. Being an actor is not, most of the time, it is not a steady job. And a lot of people will come up to me and say, I want to be a voice actor. That's great. Why do you want to be a voice actor? Because I really like anime. Okay, that's fine. You can like anime, but it also requires acting. Voice acting is just that. It's acting. It's not us reading. You said something brilliant the other day. You're like, I don't talk for a living.
Well, I read out loud for a living.
But in all seriousness, it is reading from the script, but it's acting. And the thing is that a lot of people I'll ask, well, what else do you want to do voice acting for? What else would you like to be in? And they say, no, just anime. I just want to do anime. Okay, well, that's fine. But if you plan on making a living on that, well, good luck. Not a lot of people do it.
Even the biggest names in our industry all do other things.
Right.
If you want to know why, like in some autograph line, one of the biggest names in anime, you go meet them and they're like, I sell posters. It's because that dude needs grocery money. It's just what it is. We don't get residuals. We don't get all that. This is not to pity us. Don't pity us. We get a great job. I love my job.
It.
You just got to understand that it is weirdly difficult, and you got to be prepped for that.
There is a fun story about. Do you guys know who Amanda Winley is? The voice of Rey from Evangelion, the original, not Rita Palencia, but the original Rey. There was a fan who decided that he knew best, and he actually. Amanda Winley is a pistol. She does not hold back. She's amazing. This one fan actually said, "So how does it feel to know that we pay for your bills?" And that's not the case at all. So not the case when it comes to that in particular. However, you guys are a big part of how we were able to still do what we do. However, we are the ones that do the work, and we do make that money, and we do pay our own bills. So therefore, he was actually pointing out, like, you know, I paid for your car, I paid for your, and all that.
It's the same jerk that goes up to a cop and goes, I pay your salary, bro.
Right, exactly. So it's like, again, as Ian said, we don't get residuals from that. We get paychecks strictly from the hourly rate from the sessions. So, I don't know how we got on the subject. Oh yeah, audio engineering.
Oh yeah, just because getting into the industry. It's a wonderful life and a wonderful job. It's just real competitive. You gotta get into it. It's hard.
But
and also, if you really, and I'm just saying this as a warning because I had somebody recently tell me that, they were like, man, I got into this industry because I just love anime. I'm like, how's it going? He goes, God, I don't want to watch anime anymore, man. That's all I do. That's my day and night. And I thought about it, and this, I'm not gonna say who they are, but they're working on a show, and they're like, I have to watch 24 episodes in the next 48 hours. That's 12 hours straight. I have to sleep and eat, and I have to. That's my whole weekend, and then I just got to come back, and then I'm working on Monday, and then next weekend I got a con, and it's just know that when you get into the world that you love, it becomes your work, and then it's hard. It's hard. I don't get to watch nearly the anime I do, so I make my time. I watch as much Super as I can.
Yeah.
And Titan, it will be
There will
great.
be so anyway, long story short, don't let it scare you. We're just being honest. Don't let it scare you. Go for it, man. Like, try it, but just be prepared for it. You know. That's what we're saying.
We're gonna be the different angel and demon.
I see a hand with a black glove. Yes, you.
Yeah.
He's raised his hand for me.
Oh, thank you.
What did you like about working on Attack on Titan Junior High since you got a break from the dark?
Junior High was so much fun! Titan babies! Titan babies! Titan babies was so much fun!
I almost, as I was doing it, I was wondering, I was like, why don't we just have these as the outros? Like, wouldn't it be nice if it was like, oh my god, this person's dying! This broke through a wall! Everybody's, and then like, just so right before you go to bed, you're like, I'm okay. I don't know about y'all. I leave watching every episode just like somebody just punched me and ran away.
It's definitely not a good show to watch when you're super stressed out about life. It's the worst show. But Junior High, though, That is such a fun show.
Yeah, it's
so
just
much
a
fun.
genuine joy.
It's so good. It's so funny. Everyone in it is absolutely hilarious. It was so much fun. Again, we all call it we all call it Titan Babies. That's what we called it in the little emails that I would get over, hey, can you come in? Be Titan Babies. And it was awesome. I have a couple favorite episodes of that. Do you have a favorite episode of Junior High, Ian?
I don't remember episode numbers.
No, not the numbers, but the plot. Okay,
Oh, honey,
so
I'm barely in it. He shows up and he goes, I hate Aaron! That's what he does. I don't have a deep part, honey. Some of it's got something where you get to plumb the depths, and I'm saying this, and season 3 is going to happen. There's going to be. I've heard part of the backstory of Nile, and if we ever get to touch that, that's going to be amazing. I can't wait, but like, until then, I'm just the angry. I don't want to use the word because there's children here.
Anyway,
You get one mock festival, and then I'm going to take you into my lightning round.
Your what?
Lightning round.
Oh, lightning round.
Yeah.
Okay. So, a couple of my favorite episodes in junior high. I love the love letter episode with Jean. That episode is so funny. And then the what was the first? Oh, the dodgeball episode. What are you doing, Ian Sinclair? You a cat? Is that what you're doing? Don't you do it! Don't you do it, cat! Don't you do it! Anyway, yes.
This is my last thing I gotta do today, man. I got senioritis. I'm like, I'm gonna go have a drink. You guys have craft beer here? Oh my god, that did spill. No cap.
What did we learn?
Thank you, 10. All right. With those who have questions, this is gonna be fun. I like to do lightning rounds at the end of my panels, and I'll do it with you. It won't just be you. And here's how it goes. I want you to ask us the most random question you can think of. And I mean, make it weird. The weirder you can make it, the more I'm gonna like you and remember you. And then
Can you turn the camera off for this one?
Oh yeah.